everybody, it's Sunday, and what are we doing today? Well, today is March 3rd, and getting ready to pre-plant my indoor seeds. And I've got a big chart here, so I'm going to try something this year. I've got these planters here, and these are going to be my peppers and tomatoes since they take longer to grow out, take a little bit longer. So I'm using this, and this is kind of like that husk stuff that you put in there. And then you fill this with water and it absorbs the water and expands out. But what's cool is it has a nice little place for the seed. So I'm going to put the seeds in there and we'll go from there. Okay, so the first one that I'm doing, now that these are all filled, I haven't put the water in yet. And what I'll do is I can lift this off. I'm going to fill this base with water and then it's going to suck it up. And before I do that, I'm going to put the seeds in. These are my Roma tomato seeds. And I have 12 spots for Roma tomatoes. Now I'm only doing total of 40 tomato plants. I'm doing 8 Romas, 8 steak sandwich hybrid, 8 beef steaks, 8 Big Daddies, and 8 Brandywines. And so I'm actually going to do 12 because each of these packs are 12. So 12 times 5. So I'm actually going to be doing 60 plants, and then my sister might want some, and I'll give her some if they sustain. So I'm going to use tweezers to put the seeds in there. And I'm just going to drop the seed in the top. Carefully drop the seed in the top. And you can put 1 or 2 seeds in. I'm going to put in 2 because some may be fertile and some may not be fertile. So I'm just going to do this and go on to the next phase. Okay, so my Romas are in here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this out for a second and I'm going to fill this up with water. So right now I'm going to kind of overfill because I can always dump water out. And so then I'm going to set this inside. And then these boxes will start to absorb. And it takes a while for them to absorb. So hang on. So this is what they look like. And it has the water in there and it's going to slowly absorb and expand. I'm sure people have used these before. And then if they aren't fully expanded, I'll just add some more water in the end. And this is another good way for them to not get too much water because you're filling this until this is full and absorbed, and then you're just misting it. Okay, and I have a little Post-it note because I want to make sure I label these and the date I'm doing this, which is 3/3/24, because it's 7 to 10 days for these things to germinate out. So I'm going to make sure put a label on here so I know what these are. All right, so we're going to let this sit, and I'll come back to it and show you if these absorbed or what's going on with the water with them. And it's going to take a while. So now I need to move on to my next set of tomatoes, which is going to be my Brandywine tomatoes. Okay, the Brandywine ones are done. And I've put the water in there and just letting them do their absorbing thing. I'm in zone 6B or 6. Our last frost date is around May 4th, around Mother's Day weekend or the weekend after. The saying up here in my area is when the snow is off, either Mount Spokane or Mica Peak, you can go ahead and plant. So counting back, it brought me to about 314 to 310 for my 6 to 8 week mark. With peppers and tomatoes, they tend to take a little bit longer to start up and grow. So I'm starting those this weekend. And then I'll be doing some other ones in the next following weeks to get them pre-started. Okay, these are my Big Daddies, and pretty small seeds for called Big Daddies, so hang on. Okay, and this is also kind of a test for me because I have not used these before. So we'll see how well they work. So I put the water in there and they're kind of raising to the top, so I just kind of squish them down till they hit the water. And I've been putting in 2 to 3 seeds per little block, and then I can thin out as they grow older. And I've thinned out before, and sometimes I'm successful in just moving them to another pot so I can have more plants. So if I do get 2 or 3 seeds in there, I will go ahead and try something like that. So, okay, so these are all pushed down in there, and these are good to go. They're doing their thing. These ones are absorbing, not expanding a lot, but we're just going to leave it in there and see what it does. Okay, here's my beef steaks that I'm going to do next. Okay, and so here are my steak sandwich hybrids right here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 containers of tomatoes that are going. So I have 60 tomatoes. It's funny how, because some of these packets come with a ton of seeds and some of these just come with a few. This one came with just enough to fill up 12 little things, and I doubled them up, so there was like 24 seeds in there. So I'm going to go get the top seeds of these, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, because this is like a little mini greenhouse, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so what I'm showing you, I got these off Temu. I think it was like $12 for the set of 5, and it comes with LED lights and the lids. And then you can either plug it into a USB or you plug it into an outlet. And here we go. We got 3, 4 that are on. Oh, there's 5. That one's kind of a loose. There we go. So there are some grow lights that I can put downstairs because I have a place for these on top shelf where it's kind of dark. So this is a nice, we're going to see if this works. If it doesn't work, that's okay. I have enough time to start new ones. I've used dirt in the past. I've done the potting soil or the mix, the start mix and stuff like that. So I'm going to see how this works and see what this does. So tomatoes are done. We'll talk to you later. I'm going to work on my peppers, and I'm going to show you another method I'm using with the peppers.